Alright, everybody, welcome back to Stream Day. Okay, so we're back with Minecraft, of course. Let's see here. We do a that, and then we do a that, and we come over here, and over there, and because I don't have it open. That's why, to answer your question. Give me a second. Oh, 10 million people. Oh, go away. Okay. I'm online now. House was freezing. Sorry. I'll be in team. How's that? What do you mean, my micro? Wait, what? Oh. Okay, that's having an issue with mic again. Must be something between me and Discord. Okay, go away.
Meanie.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Mm-hmm.
I said, how is it going?
Oh my goodness. Sorry, I have a cheesy in my mouth.
Oh. I was about to say, what?
I stuffed it in before.
Didn't you get taught not to talk what you're about to fold? Huh?
My mommy's not here, so she can't tell me what to do. So...
I didn't say nothing about your mama.
Your mama? Really?
Hey, I'm old school.
So, we had a snowstorm.
You had a snowstorm?
Yep. Took up the entire, pretty much 80% of Nova Scotia.
Really? What did it do? Take down a transformer or something?
It took down. So our transformer at our property blew up.
Oh.
That was terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Sound.
Oh yeah.
Sparks were flying everywhere. So then, and then down the road, because it was packy snow, it went on the trees and it stayed on the trees. So there was a bunch of downed trees. Nobody could get anywheres.
Uh-huh.
And on top of that, lines were snapped, all just on this road.
Huh.
So I was without power for probably, well, over 24 hours, but most likely 2 to 3 days.
Really?
Because we had the storm Saturday evening into Sunday and then into Monday.
Oh.
And then the power went out, I think, either Saturday
Well, that must have been the
evening
same day that we had the good rainstorm down here.
from my mom.
Okay. Because you said Saturday into Monday, right?
Yeah. So then, but the last time, so we were out of power prior to for down trees because of a windstorm, and we had power back within the next day in the morning. So I was like, okay, well, hopefully they'll be out here. I called the power people today, and they kept saying, so my neighbor said that he called, and they, well, actually, let's backtrack. Let's backtrack. I have no insulation in my house underneath, none whatsoever. I had no heat because everything is power. I have a little heater and another little heater, so I was freezing. I turned my heater on when the power came on. It was minus 5 degrees in my house. I could see my breath.
That's your guys' temperature, but I mean that's still
Yeah,
cold even for you
Celsius.
guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and it's not completely cold. Like, it's not crazy cold, but it's cold enough that my house should not be minus 5 degrees.
Right. Right. Right.
It shouldn't be even minus 0 or 4. So I have everything cranked up now. But I was so cold. I had no lights, nothing. I was actually using something that I can't say on stream to see. And I only thought of that last night. I had no phone. My phone was dead. I couldn't call anyone. I ended up walking over to the neighbors, put all my meds in my bag and everything, walked over. Luckily, one of their kids was outside, and I felt like a creep. I was like, hey, is your mom home? Is your parents home?
Right.
She went in. She said, I went over and I was like, hey, I'm your neighbor. I just live down in the tiny homes. We have no power. We have no heat. There's nothing. There's no running water. Everything's froze. I was wondering if I could come in and maybe try and get a little warm, charge my phone. And they was like, yeah, of course. And then
Well, that was nice of them.
yeah. I was crying. I was so cold. I was like, I was beside myself because it's like day 3. And I haven't eaten anything substantial. I've had chips because I couldn't make anything.
Right.
And then, I spent like 2 hours over there charging my phone. They had a generator. Their father was actually out at the time, and I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna come back and there's gonna be some stranger in his house, and he'll be like, I was gone 5 minutes just to get gas. So I felt bad, but they were really sweet, and then I ended up playing with the kids, and they apparently know some of the people down here, and they don't like them. I was like, okay, well, I'm not that. I apologize, and I won't bring them over here, and da-da-da-da-da, and whatever. And anyways, so I get to know them. I left my phone number with them. Whether they do anything with that, I don't know. But I said, well, if you need any babysitting, I mean, you can look me up. I used to babysit. I do have, I do have a little bit of a criminal history, but nothing major and nothing violent. And she said, yeah, no, you seem really sweet, and you should not be over there with the other people. So that was really nice. And the kid made a fort, and I was like, can I come in the fort? I want to come in the fort. And then she had this really cool, like, lamp thing, and it would circular in stars, and there was a bunch of stars in there, and it was dark in the house, so the stars lit up on the outside of all the blankets on her fort. It was really cool, and then she brought her
That's one of
Labubu's and all that stuff.
solar system. Where they put the stars up in the ceiling and
No,
stuff.
it was an actual lamp. It was like a little lamp. It wasn't a solar system. Like, it didn't have any color. The outside of it was, like, just because it was so dark, you could see the stars.
Oh,
Otherwise,
okay.
if there was any light, you wouldn't be able to see the stars.
Ah, gotcha.
And she went in, she was like, I need to make this even better. I was like, okay, how do we do that? And she's like, okay, I need tape, and I need all my stuffies. So I was like, okay, I'll get the tape. I'll ask your mom for the tape, and then you get your stuffies. So she got her stuffies, and she came out with like a huge handful of them. I was like, oh my goodness. She was probably like 7 or 6. She wasn't that old. And then it was cute. She goes, okay, I'm going to get them all set up, but I want it to be a surprise, and I'm going to set up the lantern so that it's above, and then you can come in. I was like, okay. Sounds good. And then, so she got all her stuffies and all that stuff up, and I was like, let me know when you're ready. And then she was like, I'm ready. I was like, okay, I'm coming in. And I stuck my head in there. The mom was outside, and I was laying on, when she came in, I was laying on the floor, and she's like, what is happening? And I was like, I'm seeing the fort. Duh. So, And she's like, "Yeah, you're nothing like your neighbors." I was like, "No, I'm actually quite nice, and I very proud of that." So, um, yeah. So then she was like, because she went out to have smoke, yeah, and then I was like, "All right, I just came in." So, and then it was just me and the youngest in there. I was like, "All right, well, this is awkward." So I was like, "Can I come see your fort?" And she's like, "Not yet."
Oops.
But yeah, it was cute. She was cute. And they had a son too. He was 13. I forget their names, but that's irrelevant for right now. But yeah.
I'm lucky I remember my own name.
But no, they were really well behaved children. And they were super cute.
That's cool.
But yeah, anyways, back to the power thing. I called once I got my phone all charged up and everything. Um, I called some people because it's supposed to get down to minus like 20 tonight.
Oh wow.
So I
Okay.
was like, I cannot stay. There's no way. If the power's not back on, I cannot stay. So I called the only person that I know. And she's sick. So, but she said if need be, we'll come get you.
All
And
right.
then I ended up calling the power company. And then I guess one of the people that lives at the same property as me, they called too, and they actually just called me before I called the power company. And once I was on with my friend or her, and then when they called, I was like, did you call the power company? Like, do you know anything about it? He goes, well, they kept saying that we have power. I'm like, no, we still don't have power. So then I called, and then they said once again, well, it shows that you guys are running and that you guys have power and you should be good. Did you check your breakers? I said,
I was gonna say, did you
I
check the
am,
breaker?
yeah. I said, nobody has power on this road. I'm actually over at the neighbors because I don't have heat in the house. And their generator's running. So it's not just a breaker issue. It's everybody on this road. And there's multiple generators going. So that's how I know that it's not just two people.
Hmm.
And even if it is two people, the likelihood of two people having their generator or their breakers blown is slim to none. One, yes. But so then he put me on hold for like 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, let's go. Then he dove into it. And apparently there was freeze, snow, transmission, couple, and that was just on this road. So that's why we didn't have power.
Hmm.
Oh, I knew about the transmission because that blew up in our faces last night.
You mean transformer, not transmission?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But yeah, that was an adventure. I don't want to adventure that way again. I don't like it.
Yeah, those transformers, man. When they go, it's
Oh, it was loud as heck, dude.
oh
I
yeah.
thought like a car wreck or something happened, and I was like, "What do I do?" Because there was sparks flying everywhere. The cord was down. It was a live wire, and I'm like, what do I do?"
Yeah,
So
you definitely
then
don't want to be
neighbor
near those
called.
wires.
No, luckily it was the one by the road, but even then, it was by the trees, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, what happens if it hits the tree?" Because it was windy and all that stuff, and it still is kind of windy.
There is the
And I
potential
was
to
like,
catch it on fire.
yeah, I was like, well, do we call the fire department? What do we do? Like, what's going on? And
Um,
then,
you would probably call the electric company because the fire company can't do anything until the electric company comes out
yeah,
because they have to switch
yeah,
the electric off. And
yeah,
fire, even in Canada, fire does not have the authority to turn any electricity off.
yeah. So that was a whole hassle. And then I got to know them pretty good, though.
Oh, that's
They
good.
got a nice little house. I walked in and it was like, oh, so warm. I tell you, I was freezing. You could see my breath in my house.
Hmm. I remember those days when I lived in New York.
So I
I,
am cranking the heat up. I think it's probably like 20 in here, which is still cold. But cranking the heat up
better
and
than -5.
no kidding. I experienced that all last night.
I know, you told me.
Mm. So that is my story of the fact that I was dead to the world.
Yes.
The last message I sent Dawn was, I can see my breath in my house. And then my phone died. And I finally got my phone charged. I had like 10 missed calls and Dawn messaging asking if I had power. I said, nope. No, I do not. But now I do. And it's a lot warmer in here already. Their house was freaking hot as heck. I walked in there, it was like a sauna. I was sweating. I had to reapply my deodorant, dude. And the girl was in the tent. She goes, I see you. I was like, can you? She goes, what are you doing? I go, I'm reapplying my deodorant. She's like, what's that? I was like, non-stinky pit stuff.
Something you'll learn about in a couple more years, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, they were really good behaved children too. So hopefully, maybe this was like super like, I don't know what it would be, but like super, I don't know what the word is, but hopefully maybe they're both firefighters, so they get called whenever. So maybe they'll call on me to do some babysitting. I don't know.
Oh, they're firefighters.
Yeah.
Full time?
Volunteer. But yeah, I
Volunteer?
think
Oh,
so.
volunteer. Okay.
Most firefighters down here are volunteer.
Yeah, they were where I lived up in New York, and I think so down here, because I'm country down here. I'm not in like one of the big
Yeah.
cities.
But no.
I is country born, and I live country.
I live country too. And I'm starting to regret it. No, I like it. But like, could have had power a little sooner. Thank you very much. That would have been nice. Oh, I'll read you what I sent the power on Twitter. It was freaking hilarious. This was the first day it happened. Like when we first ran out of power. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. I go, what the heck?
You go, what the
I just
heck?
saw it. That's what I go now. You go up there.
No, I
Apply.
want to stay here.
Okay. So I go NS Power Incorporated. That's their handle. I'm not gonna DDoS myself, but my town is out of power. I can't make my eggies. LOL. Send the help of the power gods when you can. LOL. And anybody working on the power today, be safe and take care. Nova Scotia Power replies, "Oh no! Apologize to your eggies for us. Our crews are working as quickly as possible to restore your power in your neighborhood. Please stay safe today." I said, "My eggies accept your apology and looking forward to being cooked as soon as the power turns on. Thank you for the update and safe." And stay safe as well.
They actually, they actually messaged you with that. Wow. Okay, that was kind of cool. He apologized to your eggies.
Oh no, we apologize. Please apologize to y'all eggies for us. It was funny. I got a cackle out of that. No, my phone died. I didn't have any source of knowing what was happening. I went a day without my phone. I made a snowman.
Did you?
Yeah, I actually went outside for once. I was so bored. I was in here and I was just thinking about everything. I was like, I wonder what would happen if I did that. Or why is that named that? It was just constant thinking.
Oh God, we're in trouble if you were thinking.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get out of this before this turns into some psychosis type crap. And I'm gonna go make a snowman. So I made a snowman. I looked out the window this morning, and snowman bit the dust. I put a carrot in there, so I think it was probably a deer that wanted the carrot and knocked it all over. The carrot's gone.
Do you guys get the moose up here, up in Nova Scotia?
I can honestly say I have never. Well, yes, but I haven't seen one in a very long time. They usually don't come around. Like,
they're kind of more like northwest, right, from you?
Yeah, if there are moose here, there's not very many. I might maybe have seen one in my lifetime. Maybe. But I can't even say I have. Because if I did, I was young.
Right.
Deer, now, there's a ton of deer.
We actually have deer down here in Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a ton of deer. But if there are, they're more so in like the heavily wooded area, not inhabited. Because I don't think they really care for the cars.
Well, generally speaking, no. Most animals, believe it or not, are afraid of us.
Yeah.
More about
even
scent
bears
than
are
anything
actually
else.
afraid. They only attack. Like, even bears are afraid. They're only attacking because they are afraid.
Right. And they feel cornered. If they don't feel cornered, they won't necessarily attack. That's, they'll quote that 100% because it does happen. That's like sharks.
Yeah.
Sharks have such a bad reputation, but honestly, there are very few shark attacks a year. Well, they're a fish.
And you know what? It's not as much, to us it's an attack. To them, it's curiosity.
Yeah. That or a potential for food.
Yeah.
I mean, the number of times that shark have appeared next to swimmers in the ocean happens more often than most people believe.
Yeah. Well, and most people don't even see it either,
No. Nope. Very rare.
They're too busy.
We
don't have very many sharks down here. I think maybe the deeper you go, there might be some, but like on the shores and stuff, it's too cold that they don't really like it here.
Right.
We got stingrays and jellyfish galore, though.
You guys got stingrays up there?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Usually in the summer, I don't know if they migrate, but Usually in the summer we see them.
Huh.
But it's very rare to. Oh, and crabs. Oh, so many crabs.
Hmm. Well,
Crabs
that's.
and lobsters are like you can go. Certain beaches are notorious for skeletal. Is that right? Skeletal crab sightings and
Really?
lobster. Yeah, oh yeah. There's one down in Digby Way where it's real close to like lobstering and fishing and stuff like that.
Uh huh.
So it's super, super like there's a lot of netting and traps, and it's just kind of so. And then there's like lobster claws and the ties for them everywhere. All just certain shores just tend to like collect all that, and then there's some that are like on the other side of it where Digby is kind of like a little neck, so there's water surrounding it all sides,
Uh huh.
especially on the neck, and but there's a lot of beaches there, and like one side can be complete rocks, the other side is sand.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, and we have one really nice beach that's close. It's called Carter's Beach, and it actually looks like you're in the tropics. Like it's white sand.
Hmm.
But the only thing is, it's so cold.
During the summertime?
Oh yeah, so cold.
Really?
It doesn't warm up. No.
Hmm. Well, that's
And
like.
that
Huh?
pure sand, like you wouldn't be able to find a shell or nut in there.
Uh, that's what we call sugar sand down here.
Yeah.
It's not actually sugar, but it's fine like
It looks
sugar.
like sugar, yeah.
Yeah.
And the water is like clear, crystal blue.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But that's the only spot that I know of down here that actually looks like the tropics.
Mm.
Does not feel like the tropics.
One of my favorite authors, Roger Zelazny, who created the Amber series, um, used to live in New Mexico.
Oh yeah.
All right. So one of the abilities that these characters have is what's called the ability to shadow step. In other words, they go from one reality to another reality, right? And he came up with this idea when he was walking down. Well, I don't remember what town it was, but and the area he initially started out with had no snow or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
So he turns a corner and it's literally nothing but snow. So you look,
really?
yeah, you look in one direction, nothing. You look in the next direction, nothing but snow. And in a way, I kind of experienced that myself. When I lived up in New York, you guys know all about the Hudson, right? That's our big river in New
I've
York.
heard of it,
Yeah.
but I don't really know much about it.
So I was crossing the Hudson. On one side, it was like almost like blizzard conditions. The side that I was coming from, and you drive like 5 miles an hour, which is probably like 1 kilometer for you guys, and it takes forever to get across the bridge, right?
Yeah.
So I get to the other side of the Hudson, absolutely nothing. Not one snowflake. Cloudy, but not one snowflake. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's a blizzard. So I can honestly see what he was talking about.
That's like here, except it goes town.
Uh huh.
So one town can be sunny, or it can be sunny and raining. And then the next town over, you will like. It's happened multiple times where I'll be driving, or you can see where the road is dry.
Right.
And then you can see where the rain literally just stops.
It's almost like those cartoons in which, the rain cloud follows you, but there's only rain right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weather is amazing, scary, and mind-blowing at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Now, I watch documentaries on tornadoes, hurricanes, and the other ones. Well, anyway, um, because I actually live in a tornado section of Florida, so it's really scary. Because technically, we don't necessarily see air. The only time we actually ever see air is when there's enough collected pollutants that travel the air currents.
Yeah.
That's like people who underestimate water current. The thing that's called undertow that you'll find at beaches a lot. That's where people get in trouble. Because the surface speed is at one speed, and then underneath is this like river. Believe it or not, there's actually rivers in the ocean.
Yeah.
And it travels faster than the surface speed, and next you know, they're literally being tripped by the water and being sucked under.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's downright. It is scary.
Oh, did I tell you? Down the road, about 5 minutes in town, a sinkhole opened up.
You guys get sinkholes?
Yeah, it's very rare, but with all the water that's been piled up in the ground freezing and then unthawing, we had a sinkhole. It's in front of somebody's house.
Ooh, that's not good.
Huge, just halfway on the road and then halfway in their yard.
Wow. We've actually had people die from sinkholes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how big they can get.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm afraid that here it's going to happen too. Because when all the snow melts, the whole yard is just muck.
And
then where my shower is, it drains out to the ground. There's no actual pipe drain. So I am very afraid that my ground is going to give out on that side.
It takes a lot of saturation to do that.
Yeah.
And for us, it's simple erosion. The collected groundwater simply just erodes the material because it sits there. It's got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And that's why our sinkholes.
Oh, I can take my sweater off now. Oh man, I had a jacket on, I had socks, I had my shoes on, I had all my blankets that I could find, and I had towels beside me. All wrapped up all last night. And I was still cold.
You sound like my daughter.
And I'm hot. Like, I hate being hot. I had a hat on, too. I was like, well, I'm going to lose a lot of heat from my head if I don't cover my head. It felt like I was living in a wooden tent. So I called it my fortified tent. But yeah. Anyways, that's my update. I'm just glad we have power now.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
But yeah, I'll have to tell you what I was using for my light source after stream. You're gonna laugh. Or be disgusted, either one, or both. Like, I wasn't prepared at all.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. Such is life is life.
Yeah, I'll bet. I can't believe we're almost done with the first month of the new year already.
I know. Well, it feels longer for me because I'm waiting on stuff, but yeah. I'm waiting on my car to get fixed. That's not going to get fixed till February 19th at least. And then waiting on getting my check and stuff like that. Should be getting that in the next couple days.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah. But I can no longer see my breath.
I guess there's no jokes about maybe you should brush your teeth.
Listen, I have no water right now. I couldn't even if I wanted to. Our pipes are completely frozen.
Yeah, you see, you got to really be careful with that because you don't want them to crack.
Yep. Well, I was running the water because there was a little bit, but there's no water anymore.
Probably what was left over in the pipe system.
Yep. I was running it hot, so it's probably cooled down now. So that stuff's probably gonna freeze in there too.
All right, all right. No, that's right. You guys could probably do those experiments up there where you have hot water and it instantly freezes when you throw it.
Not instantly. That's more so Alberta.
Um, Now, Alberta's your capital, right? Please tell me I'm right.
I don't know.
Oh,
I think.
if I'm not, I apologize.
What?
I said if I'm not, I apologize.
Oh, I don't even know. I think it is, but either that or Ottawa. Might be Ottawa.
Ottawa. Hmm.
I think it's Ottawa.
Maybe it's Google time.
It is Google time.
I think you're right. Maybe it is.
What is the capital of Canadian lands? Ottawa.
It is Ottawa. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Does Canada have two capitals? Toronto was the capital. Ooh, history. Toronto was the capital in 1849 to 1851. And 1850. 18. Sorry. 1855 and 1859. Quebec was the capital in 1851. Huh?
So it moved around a lot. Oh, no, I shouldn't say really a lot, but
And then, yeah, so Toronto was the capital from 1849 to 1851. And then in 1855 and 1859 was the capital. Quebec was the capital. In 1851 and 1855, 1851, 1855, and 1859, 1856, that doesn't make sense. Ottawa became the functional I can't say that word. Legislative, something.
legislative.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Page 4 capital in 1866 was officially made the capital of the of Canada with the Confederation in 1867. Do those time frames make sense to you?
I'd actually have to kind of look at the numbers. Right now, my head can't see it at the moment.
It doesn't make sense to me because it says Toronto was the capital in 1849 to 1851.
Okay, so for 3 years, 3 or 4 years.
And then it says, and, okay, now I read it. Yeah, okay. And then hello? Probably just ice. And 1855 to 1859. So who is the capital in between 1851 and 1855? Capitalists? Less capitalists?
I hope you're not.
And then Quebec was the capital in 1851, which is the end period for the first 3 years of Toronto. Okay, so maybe Toronto was... So what I'm hearing is Toronto was the capital to 1851, period. Then Quebec took over for 1851 to 1855. Then it went back to Toronto in 1855 to 1859. And then it goes down to, say, and in 1859 to 1865, Ottawa became the functional legislative. No, that makes no sense because then there's a period there. And then it says Ottawa became the functional legislative page 4 capital in 1866. Google. Toronto is the largest city and the most populated city in Canada and is the capital of Ontario. The population of Toronto is not reading that number because I will butcher it. Toronto is best known for having the large freestanding structure in the Western Hemisphere, the CN Tower. What the hecky? What was the original capital of Canada?
When was Canada officially founded?
July 1st of some year. Kingston, Ontario was Canada's first capital when the United Canadian Canada what? Canada's with Canada with an S, whatever that means, was formed in 1841.
You guys are younger than us?
Yeah. We were like I think a year or a couple years, almost exactly, because yours is July 1st, ours is July 1st.
Yeah. Well, that's the day we celebrate it. It's actually not the day we unionized.
I'm still very, very confused. Because Ontario and Toronto are two different things, but it says Toronto was the capital in 1849.
Okay.
That was the starting date. But it says here, prior to that, in 1841, Kingston, Ontario was the capital, serving to 1844. But Toronto doesn't become the capital until 1849.
You mean officially?
Yeah.
That could be the distinction. Of course, it could be just Google messing up.
The smallest incorporated city in Canada by area is Duncan, British Columbia, at only approximately 2.07 kilometers, while Greenwood, British Columbia, is often cited as the smallest by population, around 700 to 730, known for its historic mining paths and heritage buildings and other encounters for smallest by population. Which province is the richest? Alberta is generally considered Canada's richest province based on GDP per capita.
Yeah.
Driven by a
GDP.
significant oil and gas industry, although Saskatchewan also ranks high due to natural resources like potash, and Ontario is the largest overall economy. While Alberta leads per person, Newfoundland and Labrador also shows strong figures due to energy sectors. Holy crap, I can't talk. Which city is the coldest? I already knew this one. Canada's coldest location is Eureka. Probably saying that wrong. Nunavut, an Arctic research station with extremely low annual averages. But for major cities, Winnipeg, Manitoba often holds the title for having the coldest winters in North America, experiencing frigid temperatures well below freezing, while other northern territories like the Yukon, Northwest Territories have seen even harsher extremes in smaller communities.
Now, for you guys, what's considered freezing?
0.
All right, so 0 is freezing for you guys. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Eureka, Nunavut, Canada's coldest weather station, with the average February temperatures around minus 38.4 degrees Celsius and records below 50 C. I would die, according to the Canadian Encyclopedia and Wikipedia, blah, 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 blah. Is Canada bigger than the U.S.? Yes, Canada is slightly larger than the United States in total area.
I was going to say, that'd be in area, yeah.
Yeah. Making it the world's second largest country, but the U.S. has more land area when only considering land excluding internal waters, making them very close in size, depending on the measurement. Canada's total area is 9.998 million square kilometers, while the U.S. is roughly 9.83 million square kilometers. But the U.S. has more land compared to Canada's land. We
You
have a
got
lot more
lakes
lakes.
and yeah.
Yeah. We have more lakes in one place than the rest of the world.
Yeah, I can see that.
Where's the best place to live? Ottawa. Ottawa ranks first among all cities in Numbo table and leads Canada by a clear margin. The city performs consistently well across almost every indicator, combining high purchasing power with a strong safety scores and relatively affordable housing compared to other large Canadian cities. Why is it called Toronto? Toronto comes from the Mohawk word Takarnonto. Sure, I probably pronounced that so bad. Meaning, where there are trees standing in the water, referring to an ancient fishing weirs stakes in water used by indigenous peoples and in a channel between Lake Simcoe and Lake Flushing. A practice noted by Samuel D. Kaplan in 1615. The name eventually migrated south and applied to the region, and then the settlement, which was briefly renamed to York, but then officially became Toronto again in 1834 to distinguish it from other places. Is there any Google that you want to know?
You talking to me?
Wolf? Yeah.
What's that?
Is there any Ask Google that you want to know?
Not at the moment. I'm
confused. All right, what are the suggestions here? Which is the smallest Canadian province? Which is the safest city? I think we already did that one. Which is the poorest Canadian province? Which is the longest town in Canada? Which is the cheapest province in Canada? Which is the most loved province in Canada? Are the U.S. richer than Canada? What is the hottest city in Canada? What is the snowiest city in Canada? Which is the number one closest city in the... coldest city in the world? Is it cheaper to live in Canada or the U.S.? What is the top 3 countries in the world?
I think that question would be kind of subjective because, what one person what is what is considered fair living? Is that what I'm trying to say? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. This says how much is Canada is water. And then it says about 9% of Canada's total area is covered by fresh water, which is a significant portion of the world's supply. But much of it is in large, often remote lakes and glaciers, with nearly half draining northwards and making it less accessible to the majority of the population. Living near the border of the U.S., Canada holds a large share of the world's freshwater, around 20% of total freshwater and lakes, but only a smaller renewable fraction, about 7%, is available for use by its population. What is Canada most famous for? Canada is known for the vast, stunning natural landscape, the Rockies, lakes, Along coastal line, iconic wildlife, moose, polar bears, beavers, and beloved cultural elements like hockey, maple syrup, and poutine, alongside of its reputation for politeness, multiculturalism, and free healthcare, and the famous Mounties. There's the
Free
MT.
healthcare?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's free. It sucks, but it is free.
I'm not trying to make fun of it. I just because I've listened to you for years complaining about it. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's free, but honestly, I it's not a good system. Free as in basically being dismissed on anything, told that it's nothing, and then coming back and finding out you have cancer or something worse. Free.
right.
Yeah. Free as in you have to wait a year to longer to get a heart transplant and could die while waiting, and people have. Free as in any transplant or operation can take up to 6 months to a year to multiple years just to be able to get into because it's free and there are so many people that need surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
Free as in there's no doctors to, like, most Canadians don't have a doctor. But yeah, it's free.
Unlike here in the States, where if you don't have medical insurance and you're not rich, you're not getting medical. You're getting what people think is medical, but it's the cheapest that they have to
Yeah.
legally get away with.
Yep. I have peace. All right. Well, I think that concludes Ask Google for now.
We haven't done Ask Google in a while.
We have not.
That's like a segment from, say, like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood or something. It is now time with Ask Google with Wolf and Liz.
I found the most racist question on Google. And I want to say it so bad.
Racist? Really?
Yeah.
On Google?
Mm-hmm.
You got me curious
they
now.
could have worded it better. They could have worded it much better.
Uh-huh.
It's basically, why do I?
That good, huh?
I had to say it without actually being racist.
I can't believe that question is even on there.
It basically says, and please, I'm gonna say this in the best way possible. Basically says, why do immigrants come to Canada, but in a very derogatory term?
Okay.
I will not be saying what it says.
Oh, you will when the stream's over.
I didn't know this. At least, what is the 90% rule for newcomers to Canada? It says at least 90% of your net income must from Canadian sources. 90% rule for the part of the year you are not Canadian resident, or your net income from foreign Canadian sources for the year must be 0. Well, dang.
I wonder if that's to ensure your GDP. Well, you can live in Canada and not be a citizen, though, right?
No.
You can't be?
No, you have to be a citizen.
Really?
And you can actually, it says, can I immigrate to Canada without a job? It says the federal skilled worker program does not require a job offer in order to be eligible, nor does it require any Canadian work experience, thus making it the easiest Canadian immigration option for prospective immigrants from around the world.
Well, that's like Australia. Australia actually requires you to have a job before you move there. If you don't have a job already, they will not allow you to move to Australia.
Mm.
Of course, that could have changed in the years, but last as I was informed.
The cheapest places to live in Canada are often smaller cities in Quebec, the Prairies, and the Maritimes. That's me. With Fredericton, New Brunswick, Moncton, New Brunswick, Quebec City, Sherbrooke, Quebec, and Medicine Hat, Alberta. Frequently cited for low housing costs, while smaller towns in Saskatchewan or Northern Ontario, Sault Ste. Marie, and also offer affordability. These areas provide lower rent and some house prices compared to major hubs like Toronto or Vancouver, often with good quality of life, access to nature, and strong community feel. The Maritimes, I highly disagree. It's expensive as heck. Dang. What happens when I deposit $25,000 in cash? Banks are required to report the customers when customers deposit more than $10,000 in cash at once. A currency transaction report must be filled and sent out to the IRS and FinCEN, the Banks Secrecy Act of 1970, and the Patriot Act of 2001 dedicate that banks keep records of deposits over $10,000 to prevent financial crime. Damn.
Why would the Patriot Act affect you guys? That's our law.
I don't know.
That's weird.
It doesn't say Canada, so
Oh.
it might be you guys.
Okay.
Does the CRA track cash deposits? Banks notify the CRA when you make a large cash deposit. These alerts can also trigger audits. Ew. Especially if you can't explain the source of the funds, whether it is a gift from a wedding or money from a relative abroad. If you can't prove where the money came from, the CRA might assume it's unreported income.
Why would the CIA care?
CRA,
Oh, CRA. Okay, that's
Canada Revenue Agency.
yeah.
Can you not bring to Canada? Ha ha! Items you cannot bring to Canada. Certain foods, meat that has been prepared at home, or meats that are not labeled and allowed entry into Canada. Weapons, firearms, drugs, hateful material. What? Certain animal products, explosive, counterfeit items. So, just so. What is hateful material?
Nazi propaganda.
Oh. What is the 1200 benefit from Canada seniors? I'm just down a rabbit hole now. Canada's 1,200 benefit for seniors, as reported in early 2026. Ooh, hello. Today. Refers to a one-time direct deposit from payment from the Canada Revenue Agency, CRA, for low-income seniors. It is meant for short-term relief from rising costs, supplement regular benefits, OAS and GIS. Hello. Not replacing them with payments potentially arriving early in the year to help with expenses like groceries and rent. This isn't a new recurring program, but rather a specific timely support measure often tied to existing guaranteed income supplements. How much money does an American need to retire in Canada? Eee. Okay. It goes from expensive to not expensive. But expensive is only like a couple thousand and less. Expensive. Toronto, Vancouver. 55,000 to 65,000 Canadian. Mid-tier. Ottawa, Calgary. 45 to 55. Affordable, Halifax, Quebec City. 35 to 45.
And then there was silence.
There is no single best, who is the best healthcare in the world? There is no single best healthcare system, but the rankings consistently place over countries like Singapore, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Australia, Canada, and European nations. France, Sweden, Germany, Switzerland, and Norway. At the top for the quality of access and outcomes, though rankings may vary by report focus, innovation, public access, cost. Singapore excels in innovation and comprehensive well-being. Taiwan, South Korea, and Australia often rank high for overall quality and affordability. European countries like France, Sweden, and Germany are praised for the robust public systems and outcomes. I didn't say anything about Canada. I wonder why.
Because nobody actually cares about Canada.
Oh, it just says top performance and across different metrics. Overall quality and access, Singapore, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Switzerland, Sweden, Norway. Innovation, Switzerland, Ireland, Germany, Netherlands, Norway, Denmark, U.S. ranks high in tech, low in sustainability. Public health system, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, Finland, Switzerland, Norway, and Canada, and the UK. Life expectancy, Japan, Switzerland, Singapore, linked to good care and living standards. Examples of leading systems: Singapore, universal system with innovative M3s, MediShield Life, MediSave, MediFund for comprehensive coverage. Taiwan topped rank for most overall quality infrastructure, cost efficiency, and some indices. South Korea, strong quality of care, excellent hospitality, and innovation. Japan, high quality of extensive hospital network, excellent in innovation. France, known for a balanced system and good cost and high quality. Canada was mentioned once.
What's the top industry for Canada?
Overall quality and access. That was the only one that mentioned Canada. Oh no, public health systems. Canada was mentioned as well. Dang. So I order a package.
What?
I just got a scam message saying your order package is out for delivery. What is the $600 rule for the IRS? In 2021, the Congress lowered the threshold for reporting income and payment apps from 20,000 to 200 transactions annually to 600 for a single transaction. I don't know what that means.
What do you mean you don't know what it means? You should know what
I
it
don't.
means.
Should I? I don't know what it means.
I have no idea. I'm just
Do you know what
around.
it means? Because if you don't know what it means, I don't know how you expect me to know what it means. What cannot be kept safe in a deposit box?
What's that?
I don't know. I'm just down in a deep dive now.
Well, no, you said what's not safe in a safety deposit box, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the answer?
Said you shouldn't store items you need quick access to. Passports if you travel frequently. Cash, illegal hazardous items, copies of keys or security code. Ooh, what can get you banned for entering? Security reasons including human international right violation. Okay, I gotta click on this. Oh, this is a government. This is a government actual. Oh, they gonna be wondering what the heck I'm doing. Reasons you may be inadmissible to Canada. Why you could be found admissible. A Canadian immigrant officer will decide if you can enter Canadian. If you can enter Canada when you apply for a visa or an electronic travel authorization, or when you arrived at the port of entry. If you have found If you are found admissible, you will be denied visa or electronic authorization, refused entry, or removed from Canada. You could be found admissible for a number of reasons, such as security reasons. I don't know what this word is. I will probably butcher it. Espionage. Do you know what that means?
You'll have to send it to me.
It's ESPION and then age.
Wait. What is it? It's F.
ESP,
Yeah.
ES as in Stephen, and then P as in Peter, IONAGE.
Put it in the chat. Because I'm dyslexic, so I'm dumb that way. Espionage.
What'd that mean?
Spies.
Oh. Okay. Well, they could have just said spy for the dumb people
Well,
like me.
no. Espionage is. It isn't. It doesn't actually mean spies, but that's the quickest way people can equate to what it is. But it's like the biggest thing nowadays is actually corporate espionage, and that's basically where you're destroying one business to fund another business. You understand? But saying spies just makes it easier for people to understand what it means.
Well, it didn't make it easier for me.
Well, you know what a spy is, right?
Yeah. The next one is subversion, attempts to overthrow the government. It'd be nice if you put brackets on the other one. Violence or terrorism, membership in an organization involved in any of these, human or intellectual rights violation, including war crimes, crimes against humanity, being a senior official in a government engaged in gross human rights violations or subjected to
that may have happened
international sanctions.
Because after World War II, a lot of Germans migrated to Canada, so that could be that.
Yeah. Committing a crime, including driving under. Ooh, if you have a DUI, you can't come in. Committing a crime, including driving while under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Organized crime, including membership in an organization that takes part in organized criminal activity, people smuggling or money laundering. Medical reasons that includes medical conditions, endanger public to health, endanger to public safety, or causes excessive demand on health or social services. Some applicants are exempt. Financial reason, if you are unable or unwilling to support yourself and your family members. Mispresentation, or representation. There we go. Which includes providing false information or withholding information directly related to decisions made under the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act, IRPA, failure to comply with any provision of IRPA, or having an admissible family member. All right. That's pretty much it. There's more, but I'm not clicking any more into it. Can I bring a jar of peanut butter into Canada? What?
Can you? What? It actually asked that question. Can you bring a jar of peanut butter?
And it's a government freaking website.
Oh my god.
Peanut butter. 100 milliliters, 3.4 ounces, or smaller container permitted in. According to the automatic import reference system, IR or AIRS, which is referred to the link provided above in post number 1. Peanut butter is allowed. Well, the peanut butter fanatics will be happy to hear that Canada is not a hater on the peanut butter. Oh. What countries does Canada not advise to travel to? Dang. Literally all of Europe.
Really?
Afghanistan, Syria, Yemen, North Korea. North Korea is a given. Sudan, Somalia, South Sudan, Malaysia.
We're actually banned from traveling to North Korea.
Yeah. Mali, Libya, Belarus, Haiti, Iran, Iraq, Russia, Ukraine, and Venezuela. With specific advisories for regions within the other nations, Canadians are warned of significant threats to safety, security, and potential wrongful detention in these high-risk areas. What happens if a foreigner gives birth in Canada? If a foreigner gives birth in Canada, the baby automatically becomes a Canadian citizen under the birthright citizen. But this does not grant the parents any automatic right to residency or citizenships. Parents must still use regular immigration pathways, and they face significant out-of-pocket medical expenses as visitors aren't covered by public health insurance. Grounds for deportation in Canada are broad, primarily involving criminality, security risk, and organized crime, human rights violations, and misrepresentation. It's kind of like before. I wonder if a Canadian can get deported.
Well, no, because their country is Canada.
Yeah, but if you did all of this, like all of the violations, I wonder if they would deport you.
To where?
Mm-hmm.
Deportation is sending somebody back to their home country.
Mm.
You know, they're essentially being kicked out of the country which they committed, I guess, whatever offense or crime. Yeah, so if you commit any kind of offense, then you go to prison.
Yeah. Who isn't allowed to go to Canada? Any visitor who has ever been convicted of a misdemeanor or a felony could be deemed inadmissible according to Canadian law unless they obtain a special entrance permission from the government of Canada, especially if the offense happened in the last 10 years. I'm gonna ask Google something. Oh, if your mom is an American and you were born in Canada, you are likely a dual citizen, meaning you are both a U.S. citizen and a Canadian citizen, automatically gaining Canadian citizen by birth on Canadian soil and U.S. system through your mother, provided she met certain criteria residing requirements for transmitting citizenship. You will need to formally claim the document, both citizenships, with the respective governments, which involves obtaining a Canadian citizen certificate and a consular report of birth abroad and applying for passports for each country. So I'm a dual citizenship then.
I didn't say torture us.
Yeah. But I don't know if the government of the U.S. would allow me at this point. I might just say nope. Well, all that stemmed from what is the capital of Canada.
Welcome to the rabbit hole. Anyway.
Anywho. Nom 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 nom.
Oops.
Meow meow. So what you doing in Minecraft?
Well, not what I had planned. Right now, building a land bridge because it doesn't really require me to
A
think
land
about anything.
bridge?
Yeah.
Why are you building a land bridge and why is it so huge?
Um, it's well, so we can get to the other side. I don't want to get rid of this river, so I decided I'm going to make a land bridge over it and keep it so that boats can go through, uh, on the river.
Why is the bridge so big?
Uh, no, it's what I built.
I'm judging it.
I mean, right now it's just matching, going from corner to corner of the build.
It's ugly.
Well, yeah, it's only a skeleton.
Burn it down.
Kind of hard to do when it's stone.
Blow it up. So what were you originally gonna do?
I think I was gonna start working on the next section above the compound now,
Ah,
but that would require me to really pay attention to what I'm doing because I don't quite have it mapped out. It's in my head, but I haven't pre-built it anywhere or anything.
yeah.
Unlike some of my other stuff I've built. Oh, excuse me. I mean, all the stuff has to get done anyway. So. I think
Uh-oh.
Robo will be joining me tomorrow.
Mm.
I could be wrong about that. So. Maybe one of these days when you're a little bit more stable, we can get on and look at designing your farm.
I mean, I'm stable now, but if there's any other storms coming, I'll be gone.
Ugh. So yeah, that's kind of what I was doing right now. Because this doesn't require any brain power, just placing blocks. Excuse me. Okay. then there was silence.
Yeah, I'm messing my sister back. Me and her had a pretty decent fight, and I blocked her off of everything, and I just haven't unblocked her, and she just messaged me from a new number.
Uh-huh.
It's religion based, so I won't get into it. But
Ah.
let's just say she wasn't very nice. I just said, I don't hate you, but
Yes, you do.
I don't appreciate with being treated with hatred when I want nothing to do with what you worship. It's simple.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of people pushing their religion on other people. Ooh, that's a baby villager zombie. Oh, and he gave me a head. Zombie cleric. Okay. Okay. Now, you fell asleep.
No, I'm still here. I'm just texting.
Oh. Ow. Hmm.
Okay. Sorry about that. She goes, I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't understand your wording, so I'm going to leave this conversation before I misread stuff again. Please stop messaging me at this moment. I'm thinking, I didn't say it, but I'm thinking, you messaged me.
Okay.
She's really into satanic stuff.
Oh. Okay.
And I told her I didn't want to have anything to do with it. And she pretty much told me that I was a bunch of words and spammed me with a bunch of satanic stuff. And then I blocked her.
Gotcha.
Regardless of religion, I want nothing to do with that stuff. I knew that was going to happen eventually. Oh well. Anyways, I have the stream paused when you were underwater and there was a little baby zombie villager taking damage.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was that?
A while ago.
I'm gonna refresh. So where have you been? I can't get a hold of you on your phone anymore. It goes straight to voicemail.
That's because I got to charge it. I'm in the process of charging it now.
Ah.
I don't really use my phone, so I don't always know when I need to charge it.
You know what?
I don't use
A
my
good
phone.
rule of thumb.
Huh?
A good rule of thumb is always have it charged. And then when you need it, it'll be charged. Ta-da! See, I'm smarticle particle sometimes. Also, what ticks me off is things like this always happen on stream, and why can't I just get some peace?
Tell me about it. That's like I get
Like,
nagged
she's
all the
messing
time on stream.
Mm.
I don't know what it is. People seem to think I'm like rich or something because I do this.
You're the richest boy I know.
I make absolutely no money from doing this.
Oh, speaking of that, I won't really go into detail because the stream doesn't need to know what happened about me asking you. But
A boot?
I have not heard anything about the kitten.
Really?
So I don't know if I'm getting it or not.
That's kind of odd.
Yeah. They're supposedly going to be ready by the 24th. And she has not messaged me since I gave her the security deposit for it.
Huh. Could it have been some kind of scam then?
Maybe.
Huh. Well, sorry.
And now she's threatening me.
The person, the person with the cat?
No,
Oh,
my sister.
your sister. Okay.
I'll read you the messages after stream.
Okay.
But
You got a brother too, don't you?
Yeah, he doesn't love me.
He doesn't what?
He doesn't love me. He's never loved me.
Well, I don't like you either, but you know. No comeback? Okay, she's silent now. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I thought. Put it that. Uh-oh. Okay, I wonder if her phone died or she lost power. Hmm. I'm gonna structurally talking. I think I have to put columns in the water. Okay. Well,
I don't know why it disconnected me.
you're back.
How long was I gone?
At least 5 minutes.
What?
Yeah,
I could hear you.
really?
Yeah.
so this is the center. Where's right? Oh, hush up already. Talk too much.
Sorry. Dang, if that's too much, I would hate to see what's too little. Meow meow. So you said Robo's potentially going to be on tomorrow?
Possibly. I don't know that for 100%, but it is a possibility.
Gotcha.
Snap, crackle, pop goes in my neck.
Fun.
Okay. Alright, so I guess I'll use that. What am I doing here?
I don't know what you're thinking. That's scary.
You should be terrified.
I'm mortified. Mortifyingly terrified. Have you seen the new Hightail game?
Not yet. I guess it's supposedly going to rival Minecraft.
What's that?
I said, from what I understand, I guess it's going to rival Minecraft.
Pretty much. Do you want spoilers?
No, I'm probably gonna eventually get it. It's just it's so hyped right now that you know.
Yeah. I personally don't care for it
No.
that much, just from things that I watch. But the people who have played it really seem to enjoy it.
Mm.
I think there's some cool aspects in it. But once again, I've only watched a couple videos on it, so.
Gotcha.
But I can't see myself grabbing it. I could see you liking it, though. I mean, for the longest time, Minecraft really never had any competitors.
Well, anything that could truly rival it, really.
Yeah. Meow.
Interesting. What?
I hear cats.
What's that?
I hear kittens.
Yeah.
Meow. Meow. If I logged on, would you be willing to switch to your server or no?
Oh, I would have to change everything over.
What?
I would have to change everything over.
No.
I'm almost
So is
done
that a
here
no?
anyway. Huh?
So is that a NAR?
I think so. If I'm
Oh.
understanding correct. Okay.
was talking to your daughter, and I think there would be a really cute game that we could play
Which one?
called Peek.
Oh, I have Peak. No, I mean which daughter? But I have Peak.
Robo.
Robo. Okay. I'm gonna have to sit on this for a little bit to see if I'm gonna like it. Okay.
It's warm in my house.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah. I think I'm going to make a turkey meatball sandwich.
Okay. Yeah, I think for today I'm gonna call it quits. Some of this I like, and I'm not sure exactly how I want it to be inside yet. So, we'll see. I gotta sit on it a little bit more. Alright, everybody. We'll see you in the next stream. Which probably be tonight. I'll probably do similar to. What's that?
Can we play Peek tonight?
You're usually in bed.
Well, I've been sleeping a lot, so I'll probably be awake.
Well, we'll talk after stream then. We'll see. Alright, guys. We'll see you later. Y'all.